December 1, 1948. A quiet beach in Adelaide, Australia. The sun is rising over Somerton Beach, casting a soft golden light across the sand. A man lies motionless against a seawall, dressed neatly in a suit, polished shoes still on his feet, as if he had simply sat down to watch the ocean, and never got up again. At first glance, nothing seems out of place. No signs of struggle. No visible injuries. Just a well-dressed stranger, alone, lifeless. But as authorities begin to investigate, the case quickly spirals into something far darker and far stranger. No ID. No labels on his clothes. No cause of death. And then, a hidden scrap of paper found sewn into his clothing. Two words that would haunt investigators for decades. Tamam Shud. Meaning, it is finished. What followed would become one of the most baffling unsolved mysteries in history. A case filled with coded messages, missing identities, and whispers of Cold War espionage. This is the story of the Somerton Man, and the chilling mystery of the Tamam Shud case. The deep storytelling the man found on Somerton Beach appeared to be in his early 40s. He was clean-shaven, well-built, and dressed far too formally for a casual day by the sea. His suit was pressed. His tie perfectly aligned. His shoes polished. But something was off. Every label had been carefully removed from his clothing. Not torn, not accidentally missing, but deliberately cut out. There was no wallet. No identification. No personal belongings that could reveal who he was. Even more unsettling, his fingerprints didn't match any known records. It was as if this man had never existed. Witnesses later came forward, recalling seeing a man matching his description the evening before. He had been sitting in the exact same spot, occasionally raising his arm, then letting it fall. At the time, it looked like a drunk man trying to steady himself. Now, it felt like something else entirely. An autopsy was conducted. The results only deepened the mystery. There were no signs of poisoning, yet the doctors strongly suspected it. His organs showed unusual congestion, as if he had ingested something toxic. But no known substance could be identified. It was a perfect crime, with no weapon. And no victim, at least, no one who could be identified. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into months. The man remained a ghost. Until one tiny, hidden clue changed everything. The cold case clues. During a re-examination of the man's clothing, investigators made a shocking discovery. Hidden inside a small pocket sewn into his trousers was a tightly rolled piece of paper. On it were two printed words, Tamam Shud. The phrase was traced back to a rare edition of a Persian poetry book, the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. The words appear at the very end of the book, meaning, it is finished, or, the end. It was poetic. But also, ominous. Soon after, a local man came forward claiming he had found a copy of that exact book in his car, left there mysteriously around the same time the Somerton man died. The final page had been torn out. That missing page matched the scrap of paper found in the dead man's pocket. But that wasn't the only strange detail. Inside the back of the book was something even more cryptic, a series of letters written in what appeared to be code. 5 lines of seemingly random characters. No clear pattern. No obvious meaning. To this day, the code has never been definitively solved. Was it a message? A cipher? A personal note? Or something far more dangerous? Also written inside the book was a phone number. Police traced it to a young nurse living nearby. When questioned, she denied knowing the man, but witnesses later claimed she appeared visibly shaken when shown his death mask. Was she lying? Protecting a secret? Or simply afraid? Adding to the mystery, investigators found that the nurse had once given a copy of the Rubaiyat to a soldier during World War II. Was this just a coincidence, or the missing link? The deeper authorities dug, the stranger things became. No records of the man's identity. No missing persons report that matched him. No family coming forward. It was as if someone had erased him from existence. The theories. So who was the Somerton Man? Over the years, several theories have emerged, each more chilling than the last. The first theory is the simplest: suicide. The phrase Tamam Shud suggests finality. The man may have chosen to end his life, using a rare, undetectable poison. The lack of identification could have been intentional, a way to disappear completely. But this theory raises questions. Why the code? Why remove every label from his clothing? Why go to such extreme lengths just to remain anonymous? The second theory points to espionage. Remember, this was 1948. The early days of the Cold War. Australia was a strategic location, and espionage activity was at an all-time high. The coded message, the mysterious book, the lack of identification, it all fits the profile of a spy. Some believe the Somerton Man was involved in intelligence operations, possibly carrying sensitive information. The code could have been a message meant for someone else. And the nurse? Could she have been his contact? If true, it would explain why no one ever came forward. Because no one could. The third theory suggests a romantic tragedy. Perhaps the man was connected to the nurse in a deeply personal way. A secret relationship. A love affair that couldn't be made public. The code might have been a private message between them. The book, a shared symbol. And when something went wrong, he chose to end it all. But again, this theory struggles to explain the level of secrecy surrounding his identity. Then there's the most unsettling theory of all. That the Somerton Man was part of something we still don't fully understand. Some believe the code isn't random at all, but too complex for current decryption methods. Others think it could be tied to experimental intelligence operations, or even psychological testing during the Cold War. And a few believe the answer may never be found. Because it was never meant to be. Mid-video engagement. If you're finding this case as unsettling as it sounds, take a moment right now to like this video, subscribe to Shadow Files, and share this story with someone who loves a good mystery. Because the more people who hear this case, the closer we might get to the truth. Or maybe, the deeper the mystery becomes. The final layers. In recent years, there have been attempts to identify the Somerton Man using modern technology. DNA testing was conducted, and some researchers believe they may have narrowed down a possible identity. But even now, nothing has been officially confirmed. The code remains unsolved. The man remains unnamed. And the words Tamam Shud continue to echo through time, like a message waiting to be understood. Imagine living your entire life, only to have your identity erased in death. No name. No past. No closure. Just a body on a beach, and a mystery that refuses to die. Final engagement and outro. So what do you think? Was the Somerton Man a spy caught in a dangerous game? A heartbroken lover hiding a secret? Or someone who simply wanted to disappear forever? Let me know your theory in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Shadow Files, and turn on notifications so you never miss another deep dive into the world's darkest mysteries. Because some stories don't end when the case goes cold. Some stories are just beginning. And until the truth is found, this case remains unfinished. Tamam Shud